Hello, lacrosse friends, and welcome back to the 2025 SHEBOX tournament here in the little slice of heaven they call Radotín. I'm Stephen Stamp, joined by Lauren Lewis. Pleased to have you up in the booth again. It's been a couple of years.
Yeah, it's been a while. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's so much fun. You were playing with Edinburgh.
I am on the bench, sadly.
You're on the bench, yes.
Bench warming.
Yes, you have a bit of a knee.
A knee that doesn't want to play.
Yes. It wants to play, it just knows it's best if it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yes. So we have a game here between the Women's Box Lacrosse Global Network in the black with the bright green trim, and grabbing that ball for athletes from England, which we will call AIF.
That works for me.
Yeah.
I think they're also using the Atlantic Dolphins.
Okay, let's call them the Dolphins. So the Dolphins have it up over center. Oh my God! Wait till I tell you. Okay, we can tell you right now. I was talking to Brian Whitmer, and he said their jerseys look like a Ben and Jerry's. Oh. And I'm like, oh my God! I'm going to call them Ben and Jerry's. Sorry, I can't.
I'm loving the tie dye.
I know, it's pretty cool. So the Dolphins get their first shot of the game. It comes straight back out towards Anderson, and she scores on a putback, pounds it home past Nat Miller, the goalie for the network. So a quick putback comes straight back out to her. And
so that's just garbage goal.
Yeah, I mean, Phil Esposito got like 600 of them, and he's in the Hall of Fame. So
it works, you know?
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. Speaking of if it ain't broke, don't fix it, the network is going to want to work on their boxing out. I mean, there's a lot of open Dolphins, although it would have been hard to get to Anderson just because there was some space, another player, and then some space, so it would have taken been hard to get to her. And now the Dolphins get it. They're going to flip it back out to Ellie Rackle. Ellie Rackle is surrounded by black jerseys and a slow change from the Dolphins. They're going to go back to Anderson. She'll flip it over to Rackle. Thought she was going behind the back, coming over to Lamplou. This is Eandra Lamplou wearing the black helmet, number 9. Where'd she go? Maybe she's not wearing a black helmet today.
Eandra's wearing 9, and she's wearing a white helmet.
Oh, wow. I could have sworn she had a black helmet. Oh, she's wearing her England helmet because she did play for the English national side. Yes, I remember now. It's just Holly Dodds wearing the black helmet. We'll get more into that later. And the Dolphins, with some pressure, are going to turn it over. Snagged there by Laura Wright. She'll spin away from some forecheck. Nice job by Bia Cameron to get some pressure on. Gets it ahead to Davina Ematulu. Is it Ematulu or Ematulu?
Ematulu.
Ematulu. Okay, I thought so. That pass a little bit over the head of Anderson. She takes it off the boards. Ducks away from a swat. Cuts to the net, shoots, stopped by Miller. And Miller's going to have an outlet pass. Nobody's looking at her, though. We have a penalty coming. Nat Miller's looking to outlet the pass, and 4 people are running to the bench, and 1 is walking dejectedly to the penalty box. So that's a slashing call to Nicole Howie. And we're going to see the power play from the Dolphins. They'll set up with Laura Beeman up at the top. Anderson gets it back. They're going to come back to the top. My guess is, oh, they're not going to come this side. They're going to start going to the middle. Ball pops out. The rebound snagged there by Millie Johnson, but she is banged off the ball. And we're going to have a loose ball push called on Claudia Lane. Oh, BTB gets away, and Johnson's going to track that one down. That pass gets away. We aren't full games, 3:20 minutes stop time, normal games for those of you who are used to watching the Rubeski from here. The Alice Rubeski Memorial, brilliant tournament. Oh, what a rip on the run by Laura Beeman. Tucks it right into that top corner.
It's really lovely to see Beeman getting some time on the ball there. She has spent a lot of time in Utica for England, being a quarterback for this offense and running everything through her. But she has some star power, and I just think she's just ready to unleash it.
It's such a phenomenon, or such a trend these days, going to the offside a little bit. And you can see she just drifts across to her offside. Nobody gets out to pick her up. It's tough when you have a righty heading over to the lefty side and you're on the penalty kill. Like, how far over? I'm looking at Bridget Nielsen there. How far over should she go? If she just takes off over there, you're leaving a whole bunch of righties
yeah.
on the other side. So
this Dolphins team is also fairly lefty strong. They have some real star power on their left, so it's
Yeah.
nice to see them kind of using that.
not usual in Europe, is it?
No, not at all. But I mean, the Edinburgh team who are playing under the sort of Scotland banner also have strong on the left as well. It's nice to see that development.
Even in the U.S. for a long time, there was a dearth of lefties, which is strange. You know, coming from Canada, you're just used to there being a big mix.
Yeah.
Lucy Mayers comes out to try and get it, but it's not going to work out. That'll be Brianna Tremblay, and she is lethal around the net. Lucy Mayers, a very assertive goalie, and it's going to come back and bite her on this particular play.
Well, we've had a garbage goal at one end and now another one at the other end. It's unfortunate. Might as well want that one back.
Yeah. Brianna Tremblay is probably the most dangerous offensive player on this network team. Actually, not probably. I mean, she's very dangerous. She's a great shooter, can create.
She came here last year and put an absolute show on.
Yeah. And she has a real nose for the ball, nose for the net. Network up over center. Elke Au passes it off and blasts through the middle, trying to open some space. That shot from the outside gets a little bit wide. Players from all over playing for this global network. It really is global. There's a bunch of players from Canada from 4 different provinces: Ontario, Alberta, BC, and Saskatchewan. And there's players from Hong Kong, 3 or 4. There's about 6 players from Australia.
I think there are, 6, I
Yeah.
believe, including a goalie.
Yes. Who is between the pipes right now? Nat Miller. Come into the offensive zone again. This is Abby Clayton on the run. She leaves it there for Miranda Von Henk. Watch out for her and Tremblay. They have worked together a bunch. And that's a pretty nifty little move by Fran Partial. Oh, here's a drive to the net and a goal. Nice finish by Abby Bryce.
Abby Bryce is usually an outside finisher, especially at World. She was showing out with long-distance shots, so it's really cool to see her getting on those in the inside. That's a lovely pick and roll, just textbook.
Oh, nice finish. I believe somebody messaged me that she's the president of the Australian Lacrosse Federation.
I believe that is true, yeah.
Yeah, that was Shendell. Hey, Shendell, I'm sure you're watching. We have a spot for you right where Lauren's standing and in future tournaments. So, because Lauren's going to be playing again. Lauren, we love having you back up here once in a while, but we definitely want to see you on the floor. You're one of my favorite players to watch.
Oh, that's kind.
That pass didn't quite work out, but it'll be flipped across to Joyce Tong, one of the Hong Kong players. You can tell the Hong Kong athletes because they have those red and white helmets that really stand out on the Global Network side. Lucy Mayers, nice outlet pass. Oh, just a little bit too much, and that's going to not work out with the low boards here. Claudia Lane was indicating she'd come and get it, but instead they're just going to have Taylor Hamilton run back. You know, she's rocking the new stick. I saw Taylor getting it. I was there when Taylor was getting that stick yesterday. She wanted to work it in. Be interesting to see how it works out for her. Oh, great twister. Heavy crossed hand from Abby Clayton.
That was B. Cameron, actually.
Bia Cameron. Sorry. Really?
Yeah.
It was 19? Okay.
Number 19, B. Cameron with the backhander.
Oh, yeah.
She recently had an accident on her motorbike, I believe, and that's why she's got a taped up knee and some other issues going on, but she's an absolute trooper playing through it. She was the MVP of the Australian National Box Championships back in February over in Melbourne.
Nice. Great to see her moving. Pretty good movement on that one. Doesn't seem to have lingering effects. A lot of it's confidence, right, when you're coming back from doing something.
And she's got bucket loads of confidence.
Yes. Stephanie Hallows will circle around behind the net. Up top to Tong, has to get the low pass, rips it. Lucy Myers with the one stop and grabs that ball as Von Henk was lingering. Claudia Lane running back to try and check, and she will strip Fran Partial momentarily. Partial gets it back. That pass gets away. That's an extra player. That's 6 players. I know it's tempting, but you can't just run on the floor because there's a ball there. I was thinking, as that ball's rolling over, don't jump on, don't jump on.
That's a good spot from the refs, though.
Yeah. This is one thing about the in-home rule, which I get it, in-home makes sense, but why doesn't the player who who had the mental block and jumped on the floor have to go serve it.
I quite like the in-home rule.
Of course, because you never have to go serve your penalties.
Are you saying that I get penalties all the time?
No.
I'm more of a slasher, to be honest.
Right, and those you have to serve yourself.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. So that'll be Tanisha Caddick serving that one. She, one shift yesterday, she blocked one shot with her knee, her thigh, and then in the same shift, it was her left thigh, same shift, right foot. I was just like, holy cow. I talked to her after, she's like, yeah, that wasn't the funnest shift. That was, oh my goodness. Here we are on the power play again for the Dolphins, trying to get this thing rolling back in their direction. That shot gets a little steep from Beeman. It's grabbed, and spinning away from trouble is Laura Brackus. Oh, but it's turned over. Great forecheck. Leandra Lamplu. Pass doesn't quite connect, though, and it will be turned around. Claudia Lane takes off.
That's unfortunate because that was a great forecheck by Leandra.
It was. Okay, I like this. So Claudia Lane was, I was telling her because I was watching her play, she's so fast. She's a terrific athlete. Oh, here we go the other way, though. We'll get back to that. Fran Partial on the run. Nice race back by Clayton to turn her aside. I feel if Partial was shorthanded there, she probably goes. Takes a drive to the net, right? But power play, let your unit get out there. Do you call it, as women players, do you say things like man up, man down, short man, or do you say?
Probably call it short and then power.
Yeah, okay.
To avoid the man term.
Yeah, because yesterday I was just about to say man advantage, extra man advantage. I'm like, no, that doesn't.
I don't think you're going to offend anyone if you do that.
Okay. If it does happen, it's because it's like flow of the game. And honestly, I haven't had a chance to call women's lacrosse until the last few years.
I think in the last couple of years, the rules actually said man down. And so they used to call too many men. And then they actually have changed it so that it's players. Because now there are so many women playing.
It's actually illegal substitution anyway. And power play and penalty kill is the way we should go. Here's Clayton again. Nice save, Mares. And we can hear her scream from up here. You will not find a more vocal goaltender than Lucy Mares. Network come up with it. Boy, these Aussies are a big part of this team. That's Bea Cameron again. I believe this is the first time some of the Australian women have come up, is it not?
So last year there was one Australian on this team.
Who was that?
I think it was Natasha Bronkhorst, but I might be completely wrong.
Of course. No, you're right.
Yeah, and now we've got 6. I was also talking to them about whether they'll get a full team up here in the years coming, which would be great.
That would be awesome. That one gets loose. It will be tracked down by Elke Au. Au's cutting to the middle, but gets lots of attention. The Dolphins' defense is really swarming, getting all over. Quick movement. That's going to be an over and back. Yeah. Natasha Bronkhorst was going to be coming, but had to deal with a family thing. So unfortunately, she's not here, but I'm sure she'll be watching. So Natasha, hope you're here next time. Always a pleasure to have you around. Pass down low. We are back to even strength. That shot from the side by Ellie Rackle. It's a little bit wide, and again grabbed there by Laura Brackus. I keep going back between Brackhouse and Brackus. What do you think? I think Brackhouse.
Brackhouse.
Yeah.
I think.
I concur.
Having spoken to her, I never asked, unfortunately.
I know.
I know her as Laura.
I did ask, but yeah. There's a save by Myers who hangs on to that one. Yeah, in Canada, it'd just be Bracky or Bracker, and you'd never actually find out. That ball's going to roll all the way down to the corner where Emily Chong will track it down. Had a little trouble picking it up, but she had some time. And she's going to make the outlet pass, rips it ahead to Clayton. Global Network looking certainly more together than they were yesterday. There's a bunch of people who met each other at the airport or on the shuttle rides in and things. So it does take a little getting used to. You can see some familiarity. It helps having, of course, half a dozen Australians who've played together, having some others, Tremblay and Von Hank who've played together. So getting low on the shot clock. Elke Au with a nice pass out front, just didn't quite connect. It was right between a couple players. So on the run is Laura Wright. Penalty coming to the Network for illegal
substitution?
Yes, thank you.
I got you.
Holy cow. That word just disappeared for me. Lucy Mares gets to the bench. Sixth attacker is coming out. That's the one to look for up top. Oh, they actually skip it right past. Laura Beeman was coming down. Looked like she was going to get that. The pass went the other way. And there we go. Okay, so I was talking about Claudia Lane. And she's very fast.
She's so fast.
So fast.
At sort of England combined sort of things last year, we had, as you were talking about Claudia, you saw Fran running up, and those two were the two fastest. Always used to do their run test together and always pushing each other to be quicker.
Nice. Well, I was telling Claudia, like, when you get over center, when you're running with the ball, don't be looking to go to the bench right away. Go towards the net. If it's there, you want to drive. You can turn around. You can take another 10 steps and still turn. Go to the corner, go to the side, go to the bench. Don't just cut it short without seeing if it's there, because there are times when something can happen. If you go to the net, good things can happen. And with her speed, she can still, peel out, go to the corner. Even the one time this morning, she came, just pushed it deep inside the restraining line and got deep and drew defenders over. So if somebody is coming from the bench, there's a chance.
Absolutely. You know? And you can see here, like I said, we have a lot of lefties on this team. They were out lefty strong on this power play.
That pass becomes a long pass because it got away. It's going to be picked up, though, by Laura Beeman. She got one with her. There's the pass. Oh, Torres Anderson just misses. And the network will come away with it. Jessica Bennings up into the offensive zone. Network still sorting out who's forwards, who's defenders, how they're going to run it. I was talking to their coaches, and they're figuring how they're going to best work together. They have a great coaching staff. We'll get into that when we have a chance, when we're not in the middle of play, but it looks like the network are actually going to run out of time on the shot clock and just go for a change and drift one up into the ether. But yeah, they've got Leslie Hawk and Troyanne Santos and Bianca Santucci, and they're awesome coaches. Just a great group, and it's great because they take what they're doing to help coach and help these players develop very seriously. None of them take themselves too seriously. It's a perfect mix.
way.
Yeah. Still on the power play for another 27 seconds. Anderson has a shot saved by Miller that pops right up and into the corner, grabbed there by Holly Dodds. Great to see. I met Holly yesterday. Been friends with her dad since we were both rowers back at UVic, University of Victoria. Oh, and there's a goal from Ellie Rackle. That's lovely ball movement.
Yeah, lovely ball movement, just moving it around, moving the defense, forcing the goalie to turn and leaving some wide open space for Ellie Rackle to put it back in the net. Funny story about Ellie, when we were at the World, she got called Ellie Wriggle quite often. And she does kind of wriggle. Yeah, by the announcers. She does kind of wriggle through the defense, so it's become her kind of nickname, Ellie Wriggle.
I'm probably going to call her that.
She probably won't be too happy I've said that.
Okay. Maybe I'll just say it once in a while when she actually wriggles through somewhere. She is shifty.
She is absolutely shifty. Yeah. The name works.
In a good way.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It's funny, you say something sometimes people think it's a bad thing. I remember one of my poetry professors at University of New Hampshire, we were having a gathering, like a class was gathering at somebody's house, and said, oh, yeah, we're at the funky old house over like this area. And our professor was like, it doesn't seem funky to me. I think it seems really nice. And we're like, I think that's a generational difference. Because we thought, funky's cool.
Yeah,
funky thought funky meant like smelly. Like, it's a funky smell.
That's not what you want.
No. It was a lovely house. 30 seconds expires again on the network. Coaching staff for the Dolphins, they've got Albie Whitehead, and Walt Christensen helping out, Lyndon Bunio helping out. It's a great group as well, like a lot of experience.
Absolutely, some incredible experience there.
Pass in the middle, Holly Dodds with the shot. I had a nice chat with Allie. I was talking about with Holly, talking about how her father and I drove a boatload of rowing shells across Canada from Vancouver to Prince Albert, Saskatchewan for a regatta, Canamex regatta, where we were coaching Canada. And I was like, yeah, that would have been, oh, you're 21? That was 3 years before you were born. You wouldn't remember. Here's a chance right on the top of the crease. Mackenzie Shimko was very dangerous in tight, but Lucy Mayers is really coming into her own. Looks like, Lucy faced a lot of pressure early on, but seems to be settling in a bit here.
She's still playing her assertive style, which is nice. It's nice to see she's not changing in the face of what she's facing.
Yes. Tiny tweaks is the way to go.
Exactly.
You can't change who you are. Lamplugh across to Anderson on the run. Takes a big pop. It's a shot from the outside. And speaking of big pops, Millie Johnson flattened. I think that was Camille Nielsen lowering the boom. The network has a pretty big defense, and they do like to play a physical game. You can't assume that just because the ball is on its way out of your stick that the hit is not coming. They'll take that last half second, and it's fine. I mean, that's not an illegal thing. You can finish your check as long as it's within reasonable time. You look dubious about me.
Well, I think we've seen a few late checks that I would have called if I had a whistle in my hand. But I think it's just a different style of play. You know, in Canada, sometimes there are different rules played. We will play at a different level. A lot of these players are field players coming over to the game for the first time.
So a little soft is what you're saying.
No comment.
Oh, nice job. Great pick there by Laura Wright. Didn't have enough time to make something happen, but I do like that opportunity. So it's 3-3. Great first quarter. And what are you seeing as this game's developing?
I think we're seeing some. Thanks for full naming me. I think we're seeing a lot of, on the Global Network are doing a really good job of getting pick and rolls. They're getting their roller open. And if they can start to connect that, I think they will see some more goals coming. And then just to fake and move Lucy. I'd like to see some more movement down on the Dolphins' end. But I also would really like to see, Tors Anderson, number 18. She's come over from field. She played box for the first time at the Winter League over in the UK in December and January, and absolutely just exploded onto the scene. She's a strong lefty. She loves a low to low. That always seems to go, which is absolutely incredible. So I'd like to see more play sort of going through her and getting those shots off with some movement and picks. But it's nice to see two different sort of styles of offense, I suppose.
I haven't actually noticed Anderson as much today. She doesn't seem to have been as involved as you're pointing out. Yesterday was the first time I saw this team play, and so much seemed to flow through her. She was creating, and she seems to draw attention.
Yeah.
When she gets the ball, so
she has an absolutely incredible forecheck as well. Back in the Winter League, she was putting her shoulder through lots of people and getting the ball back and getting goals. So that's probably something as we switch ends with the lefties on sort of the off-bench side. We see the forecheck. We'll see her really come into her own.
Yeah, the long change in the second quarter, and wait. The lefties are going to be over here. Oh, I see.
Yes,
right, so she's staying.
So she might be forechecking.
Took me a second.
It's hot out here today.
I was going to say, to be fair, it's like 26 degrees, which all the Americans want to know what that is in American. So it's like in the 70s, right?
You don't ask me. I don't know.
I don't know. Did you know that on your phone, on your calculator, if you go to the bottom left and press the button, there's a currency converter?
Is there?
There is. I just found that out. And I was just sharing it with Albie Whitehead before the game. He was like, "That's awesome!" And you just go in. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah, we've got our team is full of. We have Canadians, we have Europeans, we've got English,
right.
And people trying to work out from Czech to euros to US dollars to Canadian dollars.
Yeah,
that would be really useful.
It's so useful. Davina Amatulu coming out for the draw. She'll be up against Charing U for the network. U with a good clamp, but they're battling, pulls it through. Nice face-off by Charing U. It's going to come to naught, though, as Victoria Anderson will get that one. She called her that is a big hit. That's going to be an illegal pick. Actually, I'm not even sure it was a hit. I think Amatulu was just actually heading to the bench.
I think it was a collision more than anything else, but that is a big hit. Body laid out.
Abby Clayton is not looking very comfortable. Torianne Santos gets out to help her. If you're looking, you can check out all the scores at pointbench.com, and the SHEBOX and SHEBOX are the top two tournaments on the page. So you can find all the stats, standings, schedules. Well, there's not really standings for this gathering because it's not even a tournament, but all the schedules, the scoring, and that. One thing you will notice is if you're looking at the coaches for Canada, for the network, it's listed as Trotan Stanthos. It's Troyan. So. But also in some of the promotional stuff, they said they listed her as being from America. She says American. I was like, "You're from Whitby." She's like, "I know."
A miscommunication there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not quite sure why Ellie Rackel was just hanging on to the ball, taking that pounding, rather than keeping it moving, but she's going to get it back, and now she's going to flip it behind the back. Comes across. I think that was for Anderson, but it was kind of by Dodds as well. Caddick will step over center. Finds Stephanie Hallows. Oh, nice pass through. There's a save by Myers. Boy, you nailed it talking about the pick and roll game. Really working well. And the Dolphins get up over center with Harriet Mann on the run. Harriet spies a teammate available and passes it off to her. Flick it down. The penalty is coming to the network. Imagine it's going to be a legal substitution. Oh, nice pass. Dodds doesn't quite catch it and then takes a big pop from Bridget Nielsen. Oh, it's a slashing call. Okay.
Against Mackenzie Shimko.
Yeah.
In this brief stoppage, I've got to point out that Lucy Myers, the goalie for the Dolphins team, is facing into the sun and has got her bright sports glasses under that nice chrome helmet.
Yes, it is bright. It's not, I mean, at least now it's fairly up high. There are times when as it starts to lower, the angle can be very tricky. There's a point in the evening every day where we're just waiting for the sun to dip behind the mountains at the other side of Radotín there. There's a nice pass down, a hard shot from Lamplugh, but it's stopped. There's some forecheck from Anderson, as you were talking about. Turns it over. Lamplugh's got it. Goes to the net. Save, Nat Miller. It's almost like you know what you're talking about.
It's almost like I'm watching the game.
Yeah, and like you've watched some other games.
I have also played with the vast majority of these players before,
Yes.
having played in the UK and also having played with a lot of Canadians and Australians on the Global Network team.
Right. And you went with Kinnan's crew, did you not, to Australia?
Yes, I did. Back in February, went out to Melbourne and played in the Australian National Championship.
What a blast that looked like.
It was absolutely incredible. It was a lot warmer than here.
Yes.
Up in the 30s, but a great, great tournament to be part of.
And that's like 160 in Fahrenheit, right?
I believe you.
Yeah. I have no idea. They're just going to flick it down into the corner. Heads up play by Bea Cameron as the shot clock was about to expire. Successful kill of that 30 seconds. And now the Dolphins come back forward. Ellie Rackle taking it. Strong right for the Dolphins. We got Anderson on the near side along with Millie Johnson. I'm not super familiar with Millie Johnson. Does she play in the Southern Box League?
I believe she did.
Okay.
She is a player, I believe, who's based up in Manchester. She has done some stuff with the Wales team.
Big save, Lucy Myers, who's going to be in the crease anyway. Yeah, and the network is definitely finishing their checks and their picks. Felt like that last one might have been a little late, a little robust. Here's an outlet pass from Miller to Lane. She's going to take it off. There you go, perfect. Push deep, it's not there. Turn out, now you give it to somebody. Maybe a couple seconds earlier make the pass, but that was a good play, I like that.
I'd like to see her go down more into the corner rather than across the face of the goal.
Yeah, go deep and then you probably peel out the other way and just hit your forward coming across. But hey, getting there. Oh, nice pass, nice attempt by Steph Hallows. And that is a live ball. Lucy Myers is out there, she's wide open, and that's gonna be almost a back in. Now going after is Fran Partial. Oh, that's got to be boarding. Yeah. Oh, please don't do that, young lacrosse players.
That's Jessica Benning, just a little bit too much force into Fran Partial.
Yeah, it's just right along the boards.
Yeah.
That couple of feet away from the boards, you just can't. You just can't. At least it wasn't, I mean, she wasn't facing the boards. She wasn't face first into it, but still.
Many of these Dolphins have been my teammates at Utica. It's really hard not to cheer them on and shout about a bad check when they're involved.
Yeah. So that will be a minor for boarding. And a couple of minutes here for Torres Anderson and the crew to try to get this one going. They go strong right again. Once again, Beeman up at the top. Oh, nice pass. And Millie Johnson is separated from her stick with a big hit.
Go, go, go!
And the network takes off the other direction. Laura Brackhouse. Got Trombley coming off the bench, gets it to her. We've got a minute and a half still to kill on the penalty. So Tremblay is going to stand in the shade for a bit. About 6 on the shot clock. She's going to head down behind the net. And yeah, I was going to say, don't assume she's just going to roll the ball in the corner. She's going to try and create something at the end. Brianna Tremblay, very creative. And kind of welcomes the physical play.
Absolutely.
Does not mind that being checked. Here's Ellie Rackle once again. This time they have Johnson up high, and they put Torres Anderson down low on the left side. Rackle's drifted behind the net. They try to hit Lamplugh. Doesn't quite connect, and Nat Miller will lob one ahead to Lane. She's going to go for a sprint up into the offensive zone. Good job trail checking there. Laura Wright, the Dolphins defender coming off, picked up the player coming out. Now she leaves her. I don't want it to stay with her a bit, but and it's picked up by Emma Tulu, who's taken off. Boy, when she gets going, she glides, eh?
She is unbelievably quick.
Yeah. Such long strides.
That probably is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, if she gets going, she's gone.
I don't know. I have longer strides than she does, and I don't move that fast.
I wish I could move that fast.
It haunts me that I messed up with you. And oh, what a shot! We'll come back to that as Eandra Lamplugh rips one high to low, bounces at 5-hole. That's a pretty finish.
This looks like the Global Network defenders get a bit lost trying to follow the players through the middle, and we end up with a lovely bouncer from Eandra Lamplugh. I really like this play with Ellie Rackle floating behind. She's drawing a lot of attention.
Yeah, you can see all 4 heads facing her, and that just leaves Lamplugh unattended. Yeah, it caused a bit of a stir with you and your teammate when I said that you were faster.
Oh,
and,
a good friend of mine, Hannah Foxcroft.
Yeah, it was like, I have a bone to pick with you. Because I said on the broadcast that Lauren was faster than Hannah, and Hannah was like, that is not true.
I believe Hannah will probably be watching from home and probably cheering on that the record is being corrected once again.
Yes, I want to make sure everyone knows how quick Hannah is. It's too bad she's not here.
She unfortunately has a wedding this weekend.
Love.
I know. Friends, what is it?
Well, Hannah, I hope it's a wonderful wedding, and we look forward to seeing you back at the rink when there's a chance. Bia Cameron is trying to swat that one, tried a little hockey shot, got away from her. And she's going to settle things down. We are at even strength. Here's Claudia Lane out for an offensive shift. She'll toss it up to the top, head down, cuts through the middle. As they move it to the far side. They say Tremblay was through the crease. Let's delay a game. Yeah.
This is an interesting one that I don't think the rest have been calling a lot of delay of game.
I've seen a few.
Have you?
Yeah.
In a lot of our games and a lot of the games I've watched, there hasn't been a lot of delay of game where it's exactly something like that. The player's dropping the ball backwards. But it's nice to see them actually calling it here.
I mean, that wasn't even close. That was just a frustrated player flinging the ball back into the corner. That's an easy one. I mean,
it looks like we are lefty strong out here.
Oh, yeah.
Towards Anderson with the ball.
Holly Dodds up at the top. And they've got Johnson down low with those brilliant yellow sneakers. Anderson across to the far side. Bouncer a little bit wide. Was that Beeman?
I believe so.
Yeah. Towards Anderson. Cuts to the net. Scores. Nice play. There is the creativity.
It's the killer low to low from Tours Anderson.
Yeah.
Tours has come off playing field. She did 2 World Cups in the England field setup as a left-handed attacker. She now plays in the GB6s setup. And she's absolutely fearless going through the middle there. Yeah. Doesn't mind a big hit, doesn't mind taking it to cage.
And that's not the most common thing necessarily for field players coming over, right? That they're just ready to take the contact.
I think she's very much played a crease attacker role, as I understand it, which meant that she loves a crease role. She loves getting inside and finishing up in close.
Yeah.
And through her 6s, she started developing a bigger outside shot, but she comes in here and she absolutely just steamrolls through the middle. She's got brilliant stick work and then a lovely outside low to low, which the goalie just can't see.
That was a nice one. She has very square shoulder pads, by the way.
I think she might have some proper shoulder pads on, and this might be her first tarp that she's bought, and it might be a little bit too tight.
Okay. Tarp is jersey, right?
Yeah, sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I just
I would love
how many of our international audience know all the British terms.
I would really love to do a jargon buster and see some. We got some good ones like lid that people don't know.
Lid? People don't know lid?
Or bucket.
How do you not know bucket? It's obvious.
I think for the women's field lacrosse players in the UK, it's not so obvious.
Okay. You want to do a podcast?
Yeah, you know, wouldn't
Let's do
mind.
it. Are you still doing it at the face?
I've got one more episode to do, and then I'll be looking for some other stuff.
That could, well, when you're ready for it, let's do a, what do you call it, a jargon buster?
Jargon buster.
We'll just do a glossary show.
That doesn't sound interesting, though.
It was your idea.
No, but to sell it as a glossary show, it sounds like we're reading a dictionary stamper.
Okay. Well, jargon buster. That's more.
Jargon buster.
Sorry.
Like
I was like, wow.
but I think marketing from the off, PR.
I'm terrible at that. Dolphins working their way in. Rackle's going to have a go. That's blocked out front. That won't leave a bruise. There wasn't a whole lot behind it. Absorbing the check as she takes off is Natasha Rooney. And a great chance. We're going to have a goaltender interference call in Tremblay.
That didn't look like interference to me, but let's look at the replay. She does seem to take out Myers as she goes through.
Yeah, I mean, who initiated the contact? I mean, Lucy will come at the ball when shots are coming at her.
Yeah.
You know she's going to come out at a player.
But isn't it then on the player to avoid the goalie?
Yeah, to an extent. I mean, she's also getting checked.
Yeah.
A little bit of a check on the shoulder as she's coming in. I would say, obviously a minor. It's clearly not a major, but I mean, Myers probably tried to initiate some contact as well. I don't know that Tremblay made a big effort to avoid her. I feel like it's one that could go either way. Pass to the back door towards Anderson. Tries the low-to-low bouncer. Just a little wide. They still got 20 seconds. I was very early in the power play. I like that. I like having to go early.
Watch your right, Matt.
I've never been a big fan of everybody gets a touch, passing around the outside for 10 seconds.
I'm a fan of going early, but I think if you get it back, I'd like to see a bit more patience. Set it up, you know, give another go. Try what you're gonna try.
Yep.
The Dolphins only have 6 offensive players, so they're getting run ragged.
We keep getting all these power plays. Maybe it's a strategy. Try to run them out.
We'll have to talk to the coaches and find out.
Yeah. Dolphins defenders are out there setting up a large perimeter, keeping the network on the outside, where of course they're happy to stay for the duration of this penalty kill. Bia Cameron looking up. She is going to roll it in the corner. And the Dolphins will go to the power play. Annie Akintoya. Annie's mom isn't here. They're in
I think it was a last
Barcelona.
minute decision for Annie to come out.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Well, not too last minute, but maybe long enough for her parents not to be able to come, unfortunately.
Whatever.
They are the biggest supporters.
Yeah, well, apparently
and the best
not.
fans.
Apparently not anymore. Come on, Akintoya fan. We were looking forward to seeing you.
I actually think they might be celebrating their 30th anniversary.
Oh, yeah, I think that might be true. All right.
I believe I've seen them wearing T-shirts saying "We're 30." It's very
They're all
sweet.
about the shirts.
It's very.
Their shirt
I
game
love
is very
it.
strong.
I know.
What did they have in Utica? Lax
I
mom,
think it was
lax
like
dad.
I think box-lacrosse mom,
Yeah.
box-lacrosse dad, something like that.
Great. Can you hear that on the broadcast? I have a fan.
I can hear that. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I'm going to not use it until I'm off air.
Push her.
Oh, and a breakaway. Nice save by Miller.
Suck egg.
She's got 4 minutes left to get through. As they will switch at halftime. Evelyn Susi will be coming in. Nice chance ahead to Clayton, but she just misses. And the Dolphins will come up with it after a pretty solid battle for that loose ball. Dolphins into the offensive zone. And oh, we've got a stoppage. Somebody, a Dolphins player is down on the floor. And a penalty coming. Is that Mackenzie Shimko again?
Yes, she is that.
Yeah, I didn't see what happened. It's right underneath the booth, and
Can't see who's down either, actually.
no.
I can see Phoebe Blakely Crew helping out. That's Laura Wright who's down,
Oh yeah, that's
taking a big hit.
yeah.
She's an absolute trooper. She came over to Utica and I think had food poisoning on the first day and then rallied to play the rest of the tournament games.
Oh, no. So the paramedics are coming out, the medical staff.
It'd be good if we had 5 players.
Speaking of medical folks, I would like, while we have a moment, just give a shout out to my lovely wife, Carrie McMaster, who has just finished nursing school and is starting her clinical placement.
Hey, you're in
Yeah,
Prague playing
so Laura Wright is
box-lacrosse.
definitely looking shaken up.
It's a good day.
Hopefully it's just the wind knocked out of her. It's, one of the, during the Rabeski, one of the men went down and I was talking to him after, and he said, yeah, just the wind knocked completely out of me. I've had that happen. Playing football, American football in high school, reached out as a tight end, caught a pass, pulled it into my chest, and she's up and heading over. Good for her. We'll give him a pound. I had to start the pounding for someone who got up yesterday.
Oh, really?
Who was injured. Yeah, nobody was banging their sticks, so I started doing it, and then they all started banging their sticks. But yeah, I caught the ball, pulled it into my chest, landed on the ground, and a defender landed on my back. That was my first, I'd never felt anything like that. It's horrible, right? So I'm hoping that's all it is. Looks like she's okay.
Let's go, D!
So power play on that. I assume it's an illegal body check minor. And the Dolphins getting plenty of power play time here. Anderson, tries that high to low, shooting over to the defender. It looked like she was a little befuddled for a moment. I just wasn't sure that shooting was really there.
I think that's just a hangover from field.
Yeah.
Oh,
the shooting space?
Yeah, just comfort doing that, I think. She had a lovely, from here you could see she had lots of space on the far pipe, which is where she went.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great take by B. Cameron.
Pass didn't quite, got through to Dodds, but not quite in time for her to get it off without being harassed. So Cameron up into the offensive zone. Dolphins pretty content to sit back, let them toss it over to Brianna Tremblay, and that is not what you want to do. She'll dive for the attempt. Didn't quite get there. Lucy Mayers gets onto her post. It's going to be a loose ball push. I think the network are looking for a boarding call there, but that didn't raise to the same level. But once you've got one, you want everything even similar to be called, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, nice D by Emma Tulu, keeping the network player running about on the outside. That's Hamilton again. Turned over, the Dolphins on the run. Abby Clayton comes back. And that is some good coaching by whoever's on the door. Is that Meredith?
Yes,
Ingham
that is.
Clark, who pretty much grabbed the Dolphin player who was ready to head out to join the break because there was no defender near the bench. It would have been illegal substitution by quite a bit. I've been in that spot running a door where you actually have to grab people by the jersey.
Oh,
absolutely. Lovely! Torres Anderson. That is what she was looking for earlier. A little swim past the defender, gets up high, goes down low, tucks one in for a goal for the Dolphins.
That's a really beautiful goal. If it doesn't work first time, try again.
We're silent because we're just watching the play, and that's a really nice slide actually by Abby Clayton.
Yeah, just a defender out of position as you pushed onto Millie Johnson trying to get that ball back, and it falls to Torres.
It's such a quandary when you are on the penalty kill. How much do you want to get after people, and how much can you not afford to get out of your position? Torres Anderson, to her credit, made them pay with a pretty sweet play on that one. Here's Steph Hallows picking this one up in the corner. 3 left on the shot clock. She'll try and get one on net. Doesn't quite manage to. We're into the final minute of the first half, and a pretty entertaining game here between the network and the Dolphins. Dolphins back up into the offensive zone. Torres Anderson on her offside. Oh, she was having a thought about it. Now she's thinking she is going to try a dunk. Wasn't particularly close to succeeding, but it was good to give it a go. I'd like to see her try it again. I remember at the Worlds in Utica, Dana Doby did 2 or 3 dunk attempts during the tournament. None of them worked. And then she scored a huge one in the finals against the U.S.
remember that one.
And it's like, that's why you keep doing it.
I remember watching her do it in the All-Star game last year in sixes with women's field stick, just from the back of the crease.
Yeah.
One-handed in. It was absolutely beautiful.
Oh, she is something. And kind of the epitome of people always say, you know, good player, better person. Just an awesome person. Abby Clayton with a shot, Myers with the stop, and that will do it. That was the final shot of the half. It is 6-3 for the Dolphins over the Global Network. We're going to take a 5-minute break, and we'll be back with more from SHEBOX in Radotín. I'm Stephen Stamp with Lauren Lewis. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you shortly.
But you know, that's supposed to go get your goalie for so hot. So hot today. It's gorgeous. It's 25. Like, it's a gorgeous day. What are you talking about? They played the Nationals at 36 degrees. Yeah. This is fine. They're playing 2 games a day. It's like, what? She plays in O2. She plays in A grade. Yeah, she plays that league for a long time. But all of her vintage moved down to A. Was that reserve grade? Yeah, A2. It's state league was championship now? Yeah, championship. But it was state league A grade, B grade, right? Yeah. Yeah, so moved down 4 years ago. Okay, so she's playing Christmas. Yeah, and she's done that before. Because what happened was a lot moved down to slower and then moved some of the younger players up. Okay. And so that could have kept playing in state league. One of the problems that was we had a lot of young players in state league. And I think a lot of them were different. But the reality was they were actually undercooked. Yeah, and so they were hanging for a long time. But they bounced around like they thought they were something special. They were winning their confidence. And they actually got better than you. They were slowly getting growing. So there needed to be, I think unfortunately in that case, because some went down and they all went down. Some should have started. For a year or two. Yeah, just to balance the balance. And so I think what you need is maybe not as maybe kind of help you against really good players that are sharp. They're right there. That's what we're talking about. And change the players and all that sort of stuff, growing the players differently. And, you know, I reckon we've got 3. So I'd say under 21 through to under 16. We have, like, same as you, every 2 years is junior grade, so 12, 14, 16, and then we sit under 21 still as juniors, even though there's no under 21 classified. And I reckon we'd have 3 or 4 in most teams all the way down. So, like, by the time it might be the best under 21s playing in the state league or the league. And then by the time you get all the way down to bottom age under 16s playing like 8th grade. Yeah. That are going to keep moving up, but they need the old. Probably a lot more grades to move them into. Yeah, but at the same token, it's the same thing. Like, so you want these guys that play state league at their 50s. I play state league. Yeah. Now they're in their 50s. Still play So there's some of them still play for Australia, like 60, 70. So they're good experience. As the kids move up, they'll find the next batch of the older blokes that have moved in up to the state league that are in third, fourth, fifth, and then the next batch that are in second and third. But like, how do they learn if they've got nothing to learn from?
Yeah, so I found like
That's a really good point.
yeah, so that would play in the paid regs. You know, occasionally go up to state league because you know dollars away or whatever.
Yeah.
And and she tells players that you know, some so they thought they were fair. And my one goes, one way, column 7 or whatever. She knows nothing a couple of years ago, and she's the most experienced player on the fucking club. You know, and go like, what would you listen to? And it's not like do this, it's like, oh, that's great, but it's making you go, try to coach you. Some will work, some don't. Oh, she's still up.
Welcome back, lacrosse friends, to the 2025 SHEBOX tournament here in Radotín. I'm Stephen Stamp with Lauren Lewis. It's 6-3 for the Dolphins over the Global Women's Box Lacrosse Global Network. And Lauren, pretty interesting first half with Dolphins coming out, then a burst from the network, and then the Dolphins take over.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if the network can get some fewer penalties, perhaps they might be giving away fewer power plays that probably will find it easier to come out on top. We do have a bit of a race for the most penalty minutes with Mackenzie Shimko, Brianna Tremblay both having 4, and then Jessica Bennings and Nicole Howie with a couple each. And
then a couple of illegal subs. 8 penalties that half. I didn't realize it was that many. It seemed like the Dolphins were on the power play most of the half. I guess they were. And I mean, I'm not sure many of them were particularly arguable, especially the illegal sub where there were 5 out there. She jumped on.
You got to try it. You never know.
Yeah, I suppose. Brianna Tremblay trying to get a shot off just at the end of the 30. Doesn't work. The Dolphins defense really playing well. Very amorphous the way they kind of shift around. And they seem to have such good communication. Now the Dolphins go on to the offensive zone. Beeman hanging on to it. Hits Anderson coming in. Anderson with a hat trick in the first half. Employing her field skills that she has translated quite well to the box. Flicks it over to Beeman's shot. Stopped by Nat Miller. The network may be going full games with their goalies. I thought they'd be going half and half, as they did in the first game with Abby Aldlin Susi coming into the halftime, but they may be going full games. Here's Bia Cameron. Gets a little pick. Kind of a straight line of players there with the pick right in the back of Davina Amatulu. And there's nowhere for Cameron to get to. Down to 3 seconds. So the shot taken by Al. And that's going to be scooped up by Lucy Myers. Oh, we need some glasses, some sunglasses with Lucy's helmet. With the sun right above it now. Holy cow. Lamplugh on her own for now. Dolphins still completing their change. Lamplugh gets it back. Gets it over to Johnson. Anderson is rolled up as her strong left. She's going to cut to the net. Turned aside. Big hit. Nice job there by Jessica Bennings. And then Bennings comes up with the ball, races into the offensive zone, peels out, withstands some heavy back check pressure. Holly Dodge stays out. Now she's going to get off for the change. Good work there as Lamplugh saw that she had a teammate with her, so there was no real danger of heading off and gets the change. Dodge waits until the others are there. Clayton. They get a shot off. That one's not that far off the far post. Boy, the network is getting deep into the 30, and it doesn't feel like it's from patience and really looking for the perfect shot. It seems like they're just not generating much of any.
They seem to be getting their spacing slightly confused and ending up all on one side. They need to get back to that bread and butter pick and roll, which was so effective in the first half. Yeah, those basically creating all their chances. Great pass, Dodds. Turned aside. Oh, it's going to roll behind Miller. And Tanisha Caddick is there to save that. It was actually rolling wide of the net anyway. Abby Bryce
Hands it off. There's a shot on the run from Taylor Hamilton. Hamilton cuts to the middle. There she is. Oh, nice pickup. Fran Partial on the defensive slide comes right with her. And then that was Harriet Mann jumping on. Boy, I'm really impressed with this Dolphins defense as the game in the game in the gathering for friendly competition go on. I've been told off for calling it a tournament.
It's not technically a tournament, is it?
It's not technically a tournament.
Set of friendlies.
Yes.
It's the way I like to describe it.
Yes. That was lovely. You have such a way with words.
So kind. It is my job.
That's true. Picked up by Bennings. Dodge staying with her. Bennings rumbling into the offensive zone. Oh, nice awareness. You can see how good she is at spotting where everyone is, where the danger is coming from. Gets herself clear, and she's going to hand it off here to Joyce Tong. And Bennings is going to go for a well-earned break. She's had a hard-working couple of shifts. That pass didn't quite get through from Bryce. It's on the floor. Great job by Shimko. Tries reverse whip. Tried one of those yesterday. Shimko, pretty creative player. She's a force in the offensive zone. And the Dolphins make it into the offensive zone. Torres Anderson will slow down and wait for the rest of her cohort. Righty strong again for the Dolphins. Beeman hits the cutting Anderson. It's just over her stick. He'll be snagged there. Off to the races, Nicole Howie. She's got Bea Cameron with her.
That's a great hit by Laura Beeman.
Yeah, she's going to get a penalty.
Oh, okay. I spoke too soon. I thought that was on the side and clean.
That looked pretty good. And, oh, my goodness. How did that not go in? Was that off the post as well? Abby Clayton cannot believe that she didn't put either of those in. I know. It was on that hit, right?
I believe so.
Big arm save by...
I think that was Lucy Myers managed to get her leg across.
She made them both. Holy cow, Lucy Myers. Mayers. Sorry.
She's so mobile in cage.
Yes. What a great... I thought the second one, I thought there's no way she could get there. I figured it must have hit the post, but she managed to get over. And I think the officials do a really nice job. I appreciate and admire them being here. They put so much in. It's a pretty thankless job. And most of the time they are right, even when people are complaining. But that one, I'm not 100% I'd be calling that a cross-check. What do you think?
Yeah,
well, you called it a great check.
I thought Beeman did a really good job of getting that on the side and putting on pressure.
Yeah. Nonetheless, it's a power play for... I almost said power play for the Dolphins.
Power play for the network.
Power play for the network.
Is that, that's our first one of the game, I believe.
It is. 8-9, actually, because they had one this half, too, didn't they? My goodness. All right, the Dolphins, Torres Anderson will just stand back near center. Actually head into the circle. No pressure from the network. They're pretty happy to let some time tick off here. Now Anderson starts to move. Johnson's making herself available. But nobody's coming out to really push Anderson. She'll just drift one right into the stick of Nat Miller. There's a low-to-low pass.
Don't mind that, though. It's a good effort trying to get a reset. You're more likely to hit the plastic and it come back out.
Yeah.
Rather than hitting the goalie's chest and it kind of landing in the crease.
Yeah. Go for the shin pads. Right?
Yeah.
Abby Clayton. Lane opens and she scores on this one. Lovely play by Clayton to step in. And I've been praising the... because the Dolphins were shorthanded. See, I keep forgetting it.
Yeah, this is a power play goal.
Yeah.
It's just a good pick down on Prettyman, number 5 or 6, I believe, and then a lovely bounce into the top corner. Just wrong-footed, Lucy, in goal, going the wrong way, and managed to put it back to the other side.
It's a nice play with the first cutter, slip pick and drive through. That was Bryce, and then Tong setting that solid pick on Prettyman, as you said. You can see right here, just gets in great position. I think Helena Prettyman would probably, she kind of tried to jump around it. I think if she had that chance again, she'd realize she was taking herself out of the play, maybe jump into the lane a bit more and force Tong to try and drive her a little more. But nice play by Clayton to take advantage. It's 6-4. It's a close game. Lamplugh comes across the pick, rips it. Miller with the save, grabbed by Caddick. She avoids the crease. She'll come back this way with no pressure and makes the outlet pass. Laura Brackhouse hands it off. She's going to stay for an offensive set. Hamilton coming out of the corner. Gets a shot off. She got an assist yesterday. She was saying after the game she's determined to get a goal in this tournament. Big forecheck by Steph Hallows. Pops the ball loose. Harriet Mann will go pick that one up. She's got Bea Cameron on her. They've got to be getting, they're getting deep into the 10 seconds. No, you got to throw that. Yeah, that was late. Good forecheck pressure. There's something in the crease to the right.
The goal is slightly askew as well.
Yeah, Lucy doesn't tend to fix that.
She's too focused on the ball.
She is. But I think, I don't know, is that, I don't know, there's something black sitting. Emma Tula just about stepped on it. I mean, it's just some cloth or something. That's going to be an illegal check and a crease interference call. Yeah, once the player has possession in the crease, you can't check them. Maybe the goalie, the defender. There.
Perhaps one of the players had a cold blanket around their neck.
Maybe. So here we go back to the Dolphins power play.
I think we're having a quick water break. Must be really hot for those goalies out there.
Goodness. Yeah. Looks like we'll have a strong right power play set up with Beeman up at the top. And the other three of the Dolphins have gone into the shade. And now Torres Anderson is joining them. Lucy Meyer is still getting hydrated. Good teamwork there by Fran Partial. Now you have to get off, Fran. No time for chatting. We're ready to roll.
Why not? Quick catch up.
Right. How's it been, Lucy? Oh, not bad, Fran.
Yeah. Lucy's got some lovely pink hair extensions in as well.
Oh, I thought she had some color in.
She's looking pretty stylish.
Yeah, it looks good. Goes well with the kit. That one gets away, but rolls across. No worries for Beeman. And she'll. Oh, they hit the cutter. Nice pass and just rolling out of the stick of Millie Johnson. That was the best look she's had, certainly in the game. Might have gotten a little overexcited. Lamplugh gets this one. Oh, great job to fight off the checks and get it ahead. She finds Partial. Partial gets stripped, though. That ball's on the floor and will be picked up by the network. Minute and a half still to go in the penalty as they get it ahead to Steph Hallows. Is that a field stick?
Where are you seeing a field stick?
Miranda Von Hank. Von Hank, right here. Number 8, the green one up at the top.
No, that's definitely a box stick. It's just got armor mesh in it.
Yeah, okay. It just doesn't. Oh, okay. I think it's maybe the angle in the shadow made it look like it had that little curve at the top. It didn't make sense that Von Hank would be using a field stick. She's a through and through box player. I mean, she may play field, but she's a box person. Dolphins, pretty slow to get the power play set up here. Rackle behind the net. Thinking about the dunk attempt. Tries it. And with the save by Miller, she winds up in the crease. That's going to be a crease violation. And the network will be able to kill the final 28 seconds here of this penalty. Claudia Lane comes up over center, leaves it there for Mackenzie Shimko. It's an interesting one because the penalty is almost, well, it's about 2 seconds difference to the shot clock. So they can really push it right to the end and then look for a reset as their teammate is coming out of the box. Down to 8 seconds. Joyce Tong thought that was a shot, turns into a pass. Oh, no, you don't have to roll that one in. Okay. Abby Brace rolled it back behind the net. What do you think? I like just trying a shot there because you got a player coming in the penalty box.
I think always have a go at a shot. Trying to hit those leg pads on the goalie. You never know.
Yeah.
And then you got to fight for that rebound.
Especially over in the corner she was in. If she can get one that hits and skips over this way, your player coming out of the box, it could come right to them.
Yeah.
Give it a go. Dolphins on the setup. Dodds to Johnson, gets away from her. Tracks it down. Dodds gives a big pop to the defender had come out. Is that Bennings? No, that was, Camille Nielsen. I'm not sure if the Nielsens are twins or just sisters. Can't remember. I was told.
They're some of the very few players on these two teams I don't know.
Okay, there you go. Where are they from? You've got it on your list. Oh, what a dunk attempt. Almost worked.
They're from Alberta, I believe.
Oh, there you go. Bea Cameron's not happy because Lucy Maris just ran over her as after the call. But Lucy was just going for the ball. Sometimes Lucy's boisterousness gets maybe a bit the better of her.
Yep, in this game last year, she had a turnaround check that nearly took off the head of one of the network girls.
Yes.
On accident, I'll be quick to say.
Yes, it was. Did she get called for a penalty?
I don't believe she did.
I don't think she did.
It's something that you pointed out to her afterwards, and she had no idea
she was
until
appalled
she saw
when
it.
She saw it. I showed her the video because we have an illegal check from behind. But yeah, because I said, Lucy, what were you doing? We're trying to chop off Erica Evans' head. She's like, no, what are you talking about? And I was like, you want to see the video? She's like, yeah. I showed her, and she's like, oh my God. So what happened? Evans was cutting around behind the net, and Lucy was facing the net, and I guess she's been taught when she's trying to turn to get back to facing the other way, to spin around and lead with the stick to snap around. And as she snapped around with the stick, she just drilled Evans right in the back of the neck.
I think she also had a longer shaft last year, so probably was just not quite comfortable with the length.
Yeah. I mean, when you get to know Lucy, she would not do that.
No,
I mean,
absolutely not.
But, boy, it did not look good. Millie Johnson having a little trouble catching here. She might have to tweak something in the stick. She's had a few chances where it's just popping away. Torres Anderson turns and shoots, trying to get Miller off guard, but Miller pounces on that one. Outlet pass, flicks it ahead to Lane. Lane will give it to Mackenzie Shimko. And Shimko sets up the offense. They are still shorthanded for another minute 20. And the righties for the network are hanging out over along the boards in the shadows, which gives you an idea of how warm it has gotten here.
I really don't blame them at all.
No, I think it's wise. Spend all the time you can in the shade.
There's just not much of a breeze. We're lucky up here there's a bit, but in those stands and on that floor there's nothing.
It's sitting pretty heavy heat. And I know it's, 26 degrees, so it's not like insane heat, but considering last week it was about 9 and raining.
And last year we played in April, admittedly a couple of weeks earlier, but it was still much cooler. We sat here in jumpers and trousers last year.
Another hit finished by the network, and they come up with possession. Good move in the defensive zone. You got to get it out now. Nobody to pass to. She's going to have to run ahead. Good forecheck. Will cause the 10-second count. Great job by Torres Anderson. As poor Bridget Nielsen had literally no one to pass to. The rest of her teammates were changing. They're on the bench or just coming off. There was no lane. She just had to run. And Anderson, all kinds of pressure. I'm loving watching her play.
That's the spectacular Anderson forecheck I was telling you about.
Yeah. That pass gets just away, but will be tracked down by Lamplugh. Goes up to the top to Beeman. She drags Anderson. Sidearm. That one's turned aside. We're back to even strength. You could hear the bench yelling Beeman, Beeman, Beeman to make sure that Laura Beeman knew not to shoot just as the penalty was expiring. We are back to even strength. Lots of time on the shot clock. Oh,
that was a great save.
Well,
I thought she was going to go over.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just thinking, don't have to catch that ball. Just tap it, hold it there, and then you can run over and go back and get it. Because it became a much more of an adventure than it felt like it needed to be.
That's just a practice thing. That'll be a no for next time.
Yeah.
But it was a great save nonetheless.
It was a great save. Good hustle. Yeah. Nice job staying on side. That's the thing. It is when you're fairly new to box. It seems like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? Because when you've been playing for a long time, watching for a long time, it's just the most natural thing. Stop the ball. If you run over, no big deal. Go back and get it. You got time.
We've seen a bunch of high IQ plays actually from the Dolphins team, with them waiting for their defense to get off and their offense to get on before they're picking up that ball.
Here's Partial flying down the field. Couple of fakes, but Miller has just been on fire since early in the second quarter. I'm curious when most of the Dolphins scoring happened. It feels like, oh, they got one late in the half towards Anderson, but yeah, it feels like Miller's really finding her stride as we go. It's too sunny for me to see the mouse, so you might have to get it back to the video if you want it. Oh, what a shot by Abby Clayton. She is finding her groove as well. Sorry, I had you on task while that was happening.
That's all right. I missed it, but I can watch it back.
Yeah. It's the beauty of YouTube. You can always just click back 5 seconds and see it again.
That is lovely. That's beautiful.
Just like that, we have a 1-goal game. Ball scooped up by Laura Brackhouse. And the network are going to look to tie it up. Taylor Hamilton comes up top. I'd give a shout out to her partner, but she's downstairs. Had a really nice chat with her. I thought she would be a player as well because she seemed pretty knowledgeable. She does play back home, but isn't playing here. Bea Cameron comes up with the rebound. Now, okay, so the officials are going to call. Is that? Oh, it's the end of the quarter. Wow, that quarter went by quickly.
That went very quickly.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't even realize we were that late. So we'll take a 2-minute break and we'll be back with more action. This game has gotten much more interesting as it goes along. The Dolphins up by just a goal, 6-5 over the Women's Box-Lacrosse Global Network. I'm Stephen Stamp with Lauren Lewis. We'll see you in a couple minutes. Welcome back, lacrosse friends. 15 minutes to see who will capture this international friendly between the Dolphins in their Ben & Jerry's jerseys against the Women's Box-Lacrosse Global Network in the black with the green. The network is all swagged out. They get little bags. They get a network ball with like everything imprinted, stamped. It's pretty cool.
It's a whole experience.
It is. It's kind of a rigorous process to get selected for the team too.
There's over 40 people applied for this team.
There you go. That shot goes a little wide. Should have put a few of them onto the Edinburgh and what's that? There's a couple teams that are short runners.
I mean,
right?
yeah, the Dolphins have the same number of runners as Edinburgh does.
Yeah. They're pretty long games, especially because you don't get a lot of chances to play full-length games, right?
Oh, no, really, really rare. And to play against such a wide variety of opponents.
Yeah. Network taking their time to set up. Von Hank will pick this one up. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Low to low, a little bit wide. Going to bounce up off the board. It'll be an over and back. No, it's going to be 30 seconds before it gets there. And Claudia Lane has to back up. Yeah, you can't check that. You can see the instinct, right? You want to get
Yeah,
after the ball.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's a delay of game penalty just waiting to happen. And Fran Partial very calmly picks it up. Gives her time to indict herself if she likes, but
Fran
off
is
we
just
go.
a player that doesn't get tired. She's running up and down constantly.
And maybe the fastest one out there.
Well, we'll have to get Claudia out and have a sprint test later.
Do you think they do a race after the game, or are they too tired?
You know what? We probably could get them to.
Let's do it. We'll get down quickly. So, folks, at the end of the game, we're going to sign off pretty quickly and go down and see if we can get Claudia and Fran to line up. Illegal substitution for the network, so Tanisha Kadek will be brought. Oh, no, wait, is it the Dolphins? It is the Dolphins Eagle Club, and Helena Prettyman will come over. And she plays the innocent card, starts to run to the wrong penalty box. I feel like players do that to make it seem like, I don't ever get penalties. I don't even know where to go.
I mean, you know, if the ref doesn't see it, it doesn't matter.
So the network on the power play, Mackenzie Shimko is like, give me the ball back, let's run this. She's going to go down and send a big pick, glancing blow, but it's picked off by Emma Tulu. She'll take off,
and again.
withstands a pretty solid check from Tremblay, takes off Emma Tulu, trailed by Cameron. Oh, nice trail check by Cameron. I think Emma Tulu thought she might have been a half step clearer than she was. And now Emma Tulu coming back the other way. Speaking of not getting tired, great trail check the other way. It's knocked down by Emily Chong, and she'll get after it. Battle along the boards. It's going to be turned over to the Dolphins.
Oh, you should have crunched it.
And another trail check, and finally withstanding one. That's going to be a slashing call coming to Mackenzie Shimko. That feels a bit like a European call.
There are definitely some differences in how the women's and the men's games are reffed here.
Are there?
Absolutely.
Okay. They don't let you play as physically in the women's games, or?
I think so. Yeah, I think that
Interesting.
last year it was very different. I think we are getting closer. Last year we were calling a lot of slashes, even if you were getting glove or shaft.
Yeah.
Calling slashes, but we're getting closer.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, that looked actually like it was on the hip. So it's not actually a bad call.
I wouldn't disagree with you.
It just didn't look like a lot of
Oh, God.
pressure on it. That's easy to say when you're not feeling that stick hitting your hip.
And we're sat in the cool of the box.
Yes. Oh, there's a lane. There's a pretty good chance there for Elke Au. It felt like she kind of ran herself out of the shooting lane.
Watch this off the bench. Watch off the bench.
Laura Wright takes her time getting up over center. So it's a 5-on-3 here. With the illegal sub and then oh no, why are they both up on one side? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. It's 4-on-4 because the penalties have gone opposite ways. They've just got it on the wrong side of the board, which threw me for a sec. Is that a reset? No, it just missed the net. The shot. They'll get it back, and Dodge is going to have to fling one right away. Blocked by Kadek, who'll look up the floor. It's a nice little short pass. Claudia Lane heads up over center. And now, they've moved the penalty over, so it is on the correct side. And it'll be a penalty kill for the Global Network. Von Hank over to Tremblay. Blazes by Annie Akintoya, and Lucy Mayers gets just enough of that. Boy, Akintoya came out maybe stepping towards Tremblay too much. And she lost her contain there. Tremblay coming to set a pick on Von Hank. She'll try and duck under. Emma Tulu knocks that one loose. Prettyman headed after it. She'll leave Emma Tulu to check along the boards. Tremblay gets involved, trying to pick. Made an Emma Tulu sandwich. Oh my goodness. There's a point.
I think Brianna Tremblay over there in the corner there is just slow to get up.
Davina Emma Tulu is getting a holding penalty. Which maybe, but okay, I want to see this again.
I wonder if she's holding her leg. I can't see her holding a stick.
She's holding her knee as Von Hank dropped it on her. I honestly, when the whistle blew, I assumed that was going to Miranda Von Hank for dropping the knee onto Emma Tulu. I mean, hard to tell if it was intentional, but she certainly came down. I don't see any holding. Okay. Again, I mean, it's happening live. It's, I guess, harder.
It's hard to see. It's a nice bit of sportsmanship from Akintoye, number 36 on the Dolphins team, who goes over to see if Bernard Tremblay's all right.
Yeah. Tremblay is heading to the back of the bench area, so he's obviously shaken up some. 6-5 game. And the network is about to head to the power play in 1 second. There we go. Their penalty is released. Shimko comes in, gets the ball, is going to rip it. Myers with the stop. Another shot by Hallows. Another, that one goes wide. Taylor Hamilton with the shot, just a little bit wide on the near post. She wants it back. That's going to be a crease violation. Mackenzie Shimko just stepped on the crease line as she was about to go and pick that ball up.
And then attempted to throw it into Myers' chest to then get it back into the goal.
Yeah.
Not sure that one's legal.
Too long.
10-second count. So the network's going to have time to set up for a full power play set, but they've got the player coming off the bench.
Oh, go.
I think that was Al, or that was cheering you. Oh no, it was Al coming off the bench. Nice pass through and the finish. Power play goal, beautiful play. The Hong Kong connection that time is Joyce Tong flips it in to Elke Al. That's a lovely play.
That just feels like a hustle goal. You know, come on, try and get the ball, doesn't get it back, fights for it in the corner, is able to evade the Dolphins' pressure with the help of friends, pass it off, and what a lovely goal. Just sends it over Myers' shoulder, gets up high and pops it low.
Great work by Tong and Al on that play. Possibly a little overzealous pursuit on the Dolphins' side. Short-handed, three players chasing towards the boards.
They're an athletic team. I think that they can get away with that and coming up with the ball probably more than 7 or 8 times out of 10.
Okay, I'm going to say recent evidence suggests otherwise. 6-6. What a nail-biter. Cameron waiting for something to develop. We'll toss it up to Hallows. Cameron with 6 to shoot. The defender falls down. They're going to say illegal pick as it was Hallows helping the defender to fall. Got a bit too much.
That was right on the back of Lamplugh. Just sends her flying.
Lamplugh will take it. Trot forward, hand it off there.
Let's go,
Gets away from Johnson.
Yes, step. That's it.
Well done, Jessica Bennings.
A little white thing.
I was worried she was going to ram her into the boards from behind.
Manages to slow herself this time.
Yeah, get to see that control. That's what you should do. I mean, she could have actually bumped her a little bit more, but you just got to be within control. Don't be endangering people for a gain. Into the offensive zone. Natasha Rooney hands it off to Shimko. Shimko will pass and cut.
Come on, Eb. Let's go, Eb.
Lob pass into Hallows, who catches it. That's off the post. It's going to be a fresh 30. Tong has it. Driving in is Clayton, looking for the hat trick, and she's going to step in the crease. And the Dolphins will come forward.
Let's go,
Boy, the momentum really has swung in the favor of the Global Network as this game has been going along.
They managed to clear up their penalties, which probably is helping them get into a better flow on the offensive end. And they've also had a couple of power plays.
True. I mean, 8 penalties and a half. That's before you can factor in goals that shorten them. That's 16 minutes out of 30 that you're
It did feel like most of the first half we were on the power play with the Dolphins.
Low to low. I think that went off a defender.
Go, Laura!
Snagged there. And Brackhouse on the run.
Keep going, Laura!
Got one off the bench. Wide open lane to the net, though. Shoots just wide. It comes back out, though. Oh, glorious chance for Hamilton. Just couldn't quite find her spot.
Stay there, stay there.
It looks like she had the perfect handle on it. Cross-hander, protecting the ball by Bridget Nielsen. Or, sorry, by Ellie Rackle. That's turned aside by Miller. Cameron's going to slow it down. They get their full change. It's funny, you can hear the communication as they were waiting. The one player was waiting to come on, and it was Hamilton, and somebody was saying, it's okay, we only have 4. Go ahead. Tremblay loses that ball. It's going to be a penalty coming.
That was a high stick to the neck of Brianna Tremblay.
Yeah. We're going to have a water break for the goalies, and that is that Fran Partial going in?
Yes, I believe it is.
So illegal cross-check. So the network, have they, I don't believe they've been ahead in this game. Let's double check. Did they get the first? No, 2 goals for England. Oh, the network did push ahead 3-2 for about a 7-minute stretch, and then Rackle and Lamplou scored. And the since then, it has been a Dolphins lead. But now we're all tied up 6-6, and it is 3-0 here in the second half. Lauren Lewis, the goalies, get a bit of water. The players, great job by the network as Troyanne Santos pulls them over to set something up. What do you think they're looking for?
Let's go.
Not a clue.
Put you on the spot. I actually hate it when play-by-play guys do that for color, and as I'm doing, I'm like, oh, that's mean.
I think they've got Mackenzie Shim coming up top, so I expect they're going to be looking for some kind of pick to go through the middle. I'd like to see Brianna Tremblay get more involved. She's just been battered about, but I think that she can make a real difference for this team if they can, get her the ball in a good spot.
They're going to start, get it to her. Oh, yeah, they're finally going to get it down to her in the corner. Novon Hank, as Joyce Tong is out there, earning some extra power play time maybe after that lovely play on the last goal. And then Shimko, just a blast from downtown.
Pick up the ball.
Emma Tula going hard after that one, but there were 3 black jerseys who come away with it.
It's a good recovery by Emma Tulu.
Yeah.
I
like that with one person.
Yeah. Athletic, they can get back in.
But when the 3 of them went.
Desperate to prove myself right here.
Yeah, it's a hopeless case in this one. You've been right on many, many things. You've shown wonderful insight into these players in the game, but yeah, you're just wrong on that one. Sorry. It's going to come over to Hamilton. She's got 6 seconds to get a shot. It's a little bit wide, and there's a player down on the turf.
Rosie Jones, number 26. Looks to be struggling with her ankle. Or her knee, perhaps. She's a star defender on this team. It's good to see her running back off.
Looks like her gait is getting a little more even as she goes, so that's a good sign. The limp is kind of going away.
Let's go, Dave!
Speaking of injuries, do have to give a shout out to Jane Lee Whitehead, who had horrible luck yesterday, breaking her or separating her elbow. She showed me the X-ray.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
So unfortunate timing. She did her Achilles last year, battled all the way back to be fit to go to the Worlds, only to find that there were eligibility problems.
Yeah.
Now she's here. She played the Winter League, was a star of that team, coming out here, leading this team. And now, just so unfortunate.
Such a smart player. Really good commentator. She comes up and jumps in for color.
I listened to the pair of you going at AHM.
She does play-by-play. She and her husband, Albie Whitehead, will come and do games together. Albie's a little shy, I think. He wouldn't always put the headset on.
He's an incredible coach, though. Not so shy when he's on the bench.
No. What a job he had for this women's team. As he's coaching this women's team right now, he had Walt Christensen helping out yesterday. Walt Christensen is the head coach of the England men's team. Legendary coach from Victoria. He's coached the Shamrocks. He's coached professionally. And just a builder of the game, and just a really interesting guy to run into. He always, when he comes over, he always works some history into the trip. He went and saw the, I think this time he posted something about the touring machine from World War II.
Yes, he went to Bletchley.
Yeah, at Bletchley.
He's over in the UK then.
Yeah, because he went there for practice with the England team. But he was helping out the women in their game yesterday. And I was sitting behind the bench, and you just see him talking to me. You can hear like how much info they're getting in game, which in game is not always the best time to get info, but Walt, he was getting stuff in there that just, and this is a development tournament, right? This is about getting experience, chances to play, and it was just fabulous to see.
He came over to the UK as well and ran an open session for women, so the Edinburgh women and the Dolphins women all were able to go to that. And just
that wasn't Sunday, was it, when somebody broke her wrist?
Yes, yeah, that was another wrist break. She's Georgie Rutter, she plays for Edinburgh.
Poor Georgie Rutter. Georgie's here.
She is. She
seems in high spirits.
She's doing the door for us.
Nice pass. Tremblay with the shot. That's turned aside. It's going to be a race to this one. Shimko started to head back towards the net. Realized she can get to the ball, and will get there first.
Yeah, it's a good
and
work.
Gets a fresh 30 for the network and battles through. They do strip the ball. Good effort by Mackenzie Shimko. And a nice job finding her help. withstanding the checking and passes it across. We're back to even strength. That's going to be a 10-second count. Steph Hallows had to look to see what the call was. Didn't just trust it on blind faith when the whistle went. Here comes Fran Partial. Nice little sidestep there. Laura Beeman moves the ball on towards Anderson. Passes it down. Oh, great chance. Holly Dodge was stopped by Miller. They find the player off the bench. It's Joyce Tong. Great trail check by Lamplugh.
Elbow. Yeah.
That's unfortunate. Tors Anderson just getting slightly overzealous on the check there. Gives the ball back to the network.
Yeah. It was just after the shot. Oh yeah.
I'm not really sure there was a shot. I think it was just just a bit too much.
Yeah, just a little bit up high. And the player was kind of heading forward and trying to stay out of the crease so you get that momentum and the feet kind of anchoring. It's going to be pretty easy to go over. And I do like to point out that it's not the responsibility of the player being checked from behind to stay upright.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of diving, but you don't have to try to stay up if somebody's pushing you.
That was a really nice save by Lucy Myers.
It was. She doesn't know where the ball is. She's still looking for it in her gear. It's behind her. A little bit of a prank by Fran Marshall. Just let Lucy keep
they're good
looking.
friends. It's in good faith.
Coming up to the final 4 minutes of what's really turned into a terrific game. The network has come back to tie it up. Oh, and that pass gets out of play. Tors Anderson may have waited just a bit too long, but I mean, they are calling the illegal substitution pretty tight. You got to be careful. Kind of caught between a rock and a hard place there. Seeing the ball was going to bounce out, it is turned over. Shimko moves it on for the network.
Come on, Bia. Come on, Bia.
Cameron comes around the pick. Well played defensively. Fran Partial having a terrific game, taking away the two-man game that has been the two-person game that has been the bread and butter for this club.
Hold it there, hold it there.
Ellie Racco was racing, and then Helen and Prettyman had a thought about it. Probably made the right decision. Lane wasn't there. It's so tempting, right? As you're coming up from the defensive zone, you see that run the forward cutting off the bench, and you're thinking, I think it's there. I think it's there.
Helena's got really good game IQ, knowing when to pass and when not to pass.
3.5 to go. Now the timeout sign is up on the network side. Was that this half, or is that their first half timeout they took?
I believe that was this half.
Okay.
I think there's one per half.
Yep. Oh, just gets away from Abby Bryce. She's going to try and get after it. Laura Wright on her. 1 second left on the shot clock. That is in time. Fran Partial snags it. Nice job, but most of the network players had headed off to get the change.
Set yourselves up.
Here comes Partial.
That's it, good work, good work.
Got a lot of tape on her stick. That's not a red shaft, is it? Is it like red tape with white tape on top?
I don't think so.
That's a lot of tape. Shot by Anderson. She scored a similar one earlier. This one's a little bit wide. They're going to come back to her. That's a good angle. She comes to the other side of the net, and it was tipped. It's not going to be over and back, but the 30 will expire.
That's a high IQ play from Tors Anderson to knock it back. But Tash Rooney has been an absolute star for the network today in transition, bringing the ball up.
Who has?
Tash Rooney, number 12.
Okay.
She's an Australian player.
Yeah. I thought you said Tasha Rooney. No, it's like I still see. I'm just going by the full name Natasha on the.
Oh, that'd be fine.
Oh, nice save by Myers on the dangerous Tremblay, but the putback. That is Bia Cameron.
It's a lovely garbage goal as well. She's giving a little wave up here, a little celebration. That's lovely.
Great job to keep her toes out of the crease.
Again, just Myers just quite far forward, and Cameron's able just to pop it over her shoulder.
Yeah.
There was a beautiful snag right in the run up to that by Brianna Tremblay. Yeah. Mackenzie Shimko manages to get a backhanded pass off, and Tremblay does a great job of corralling it.
Mackenzie Shimko just does such a nice job of changing angles, changing the directions, and finding where there's a lane. We saw it even when she got that loose ball in their own end when she raced back to get the ball that wasn't the over and back because it was off someone, and just found a way out with Dolphins all over her. So a lead here for the Global Network with a minute and a half to go. They've been pouring it on. Ball is popped loose. Lamplugh trying to get it, kind of drag it out with her foot. They're calling withholding on the Dolphins.
Not sure I believe with that.
Yeah, I don't
agree with it.
Not sure I see.
I wonder if Lamplugh's stick just got caught there.
Play is stopped.
No, it looks like both of the Global Network sticks were on top of it.
Delay a game penalty.
Who's that penalty for? Have we got someone to serve?
It's on the network, but how?
Caddick is now coming out across the serve.
Yeah. Did they just not start playing time? Like, were they not ready to go? Oh, did they try and call a timeout? Take a look at Abby Clayton along the boards. Did she try and call a timeout? Right to this ref over here. Well, the Dolphins have a chance to tie it up. Oh, what a pickoff! Abby Bryce comes away with it. Or sorry, that was Laura Brackhouse. Gets it back. Stern forecheck pressure from Lamplugh. Now the 10-second count coming into play. Lane's got to throw it ahead. Doesn't get it out quite in time. Right initiative, right thought, or right instinct, but just didn't have time with the forecheck pressure from Partial and Matulu. I think it may have been that they tried to call a timeout, and that is delay a game with when you don't have one. They should have had the same discussion we were having.
Should be listening in on the bench.
Yeah. Come away with it, running forward again.
It's Tash Rooney.
Yeah. She has been. Oh, but it's knocked loose, and she gets it back. Passes it off to Tremblay, who's going to take a look at the clock and just head into the corner. Love that veteran play from Tremblay, because you can see Tasha Rooney thinking, do I go to the net? Probably not in this situation when you're shorthanded, up by one. Oh, but it's going to turn into a 2-on-1 the other way, and that will be a timeout. As Albie Whitehead calls that one for the Ben & Jerry's Dolphins. I can't get that out of my head.
I quite like it.
Yeah.
What flavor would they be?
I don't know.
Bit of cookie dough?
Maybe. That was Brian Whitmer's, by the way. He said they looked like Ben & Jerry's. And I was like, that's it.
So we can blame it on him.
Blame? We can credit him.
Credit him, okay.
I'm just going to use my fan to cool off a little bit. Thank you again to Una Emily from Norway.
Let's go, Nate.
I wonder if they'll be pulling the goalie here, try and get a sixth attacker out. 22 seconds.
Well, it'll be a fifth attacker, right?
Oh, right, yeah.
Oh, no, no.
No, sorry.
Oh, no, it is. The Dolphins are in the power play. So, yeah, I doubt it, right? Probably just stay 5-on-4. I mean, it doesn't matter if you give up an empty net goal, but how much? I mean, I would be maybe inclined to do it and have your 5-on-4 down low and put your sixth attacker up in this face-off circle, just so that you can save time if the ball does roll out there. They're going to go 5-on-4, though. Anderson. It's a quick shot. Not sure that's what they were looking for, but a great chance for Dodds on the putback attempt. She is flattened, and that is going to do it as Miller tosses it down the floor, and it is going to be a come-from-behind 7-6 win for the Women's Box-Lacrosse Global Network. Really good job of adjusting through the game and making a terrific game of it. The Dolphins battled back, tried to get it back into it. Final score 7-6, so this was a very good game of lacrosse.
This was a great game of lacrosse. I wonder if something to do with legs came into it. The Global Network do have so many more players. But it's great to see the chemistry of the Dolphins.
And the network coming together. I called their game yesterday, and they didn't really play as a team, and you could see the unit coming together. I mean, credit to the players, credit to the coaches as well. That's obviously a coaching factor, right? We've mentioned Troyanne Santos, Leslie Hawk, and Bianca Santucci. Very good group. Good for them. We're going to wrap things up, see if we can get that foot race set up between Fran Partial and Claudia Lane, and we'll be back. There is action all weekend from the E-Box and SHEBOX here in lovely Radotín and over at Malachitse. I'm Stephen Stamp with Lauren Lewis. Great to have you in the booth.
Thank you for having me.
So much fun. You're coming back.
Hopefully, if you have me.
It wasn't a question.
Okay, good.
That was
a statement.
A pretty direct statement. You're coming back.
Okay.
Thanks so much, lacrosse friends, for being with us, and we will see you all very soon.
Yeah, he just got me the ring though. He didn't give me the subscription, so I just paid that. Right now, probably. The team we got right now, I think we could probably long-term players who are out. I'm gonna watch it. But like, to be fair,
You walk over that old bridge into that little town, up to the castle.
we went up to the castle and then we went to the walk for like.
What did you do at night?
Yeah, no, we were so dead. I'll watch the league. Holy shit. And then we went, we ate, but we came here for the game, because we ate, and we came back. We were like fucking dead.
Those chairs weird?
Let's go. Alright guys, see you. Had to watch the guys. 2 a.m. I was like, wait, what do you guys have now? But I was like, I'm getting that. With the back on the bed. Started watching it.
Was that 37 or was it? Nah, dude, they